All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Teeth. Today we have Jeff Hand. Jeff, if you don't mind just introducing yourself, I don't want to take too much of your spotlight, so why don't you
Yeah,
just take it away?
yeah. Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. Excited to spend some time with you guys. I'm the Jeff Hand, president of Life Dental Group. We're a small regional DSO based out of Oxford, Mississippi. We've got a dentist owner, Dr. Mike Huggins, been practicing in Oxford for a long time, and they're excited about our journey. We're at 15 practices, soon to purchase our 16th practice next Thursday. We're spreading out to Tennessee, currently in Alabama and Mississippi, and with our current 15 practices, and
Nice.
proud of what we've created. Started in 2018, and just it's been a great journey so far.
Nice. So Jeff, go into a little bit, if you don't mind, of how may have Mike reached out to you, or how you kind of tumbled along the
Yeah,
journey.
yeah. It's a excellent story. I'll try to condense.
Yeah.
Um, so back in late 2018, I got introduced to Dr. Huggins and his partner in Life Dental, William Elias. William is not a dentist like me. William's a serial entrepreneur, lives in Oxford, went to Ole Miss. And Mike and him are really close friends. So decided to go on this journey together, bought a practice in 18 or 17 outside of Mike's practice in Batesville, Mississippi.
Okay.
I met them right after they bought the third practice. So it was Batesville, Tupelo, then Columbus.
Right.
I met them right before we bought Byram. Got introduced to them through Williams' CFO at the time. Williams got a couple other businesses, non-dental related, under a holding company called Equipro. Was excited about the opportunity because, as you guys know, the industry's consolidating.
Right.
I've always been in the dental space with manufacturers, distributors, in sales roles, marketing roles, and management roles. So
Sure.
it was a great opportunity for me to tell people I feel like them at a time where I needed them, and I think they found me at a time when they needed me. And
That's awesome.
it's really turned out to be an awesome relationship. It's been a blessing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's sweet. Jeff, I know for some of our listeners, when they heard DSO, a shiver might
Yeah.
have run down their spine. So
Oh,
if
of
you don't
course.
mind just
Yeah.
explaining Life
Yeah.
Dental's, how the way they operate and how it differs from a traditional DSO, so quote
Yeah.
unquote.
Yeah, thank you for the question. DSOs, I think, is an umbrella term for dental support organization. They take all different shapes and sizes. I think our secret sauce and what's made us successful as we've been so far is really the partnership between Mike and William. Mike's still a wet finger dentist, 4 to 4.5 days a week. William had the business acumen and entrepreneurial spirit to drive our organization forward. And I think what was awesome is Dr. Huggins' team, which a lot of them work with me now at Life Dental. Mike always had a high performing practice, and we had really awesome team members that we could uh, cherry pick and have come over to Life Dental
Sure.
to help move the organization forward. You guys know I'm an Alabama grad, so I've got to throw in
Unfortunately.
I got to, yeah, sorry. Got to throw in a Saban quote that high achievers hate low performers and low performers hate high achievers. And so we
Yeah.
really stressed ourselves on surrounding ourselves with high achievers. And that's what we have at Life Dental. So
Hmm.
it's been the perfect mix between clinical autonomy, yet
Sure.
economies of scale with the business practices that have made it successful. So
Nice. Yeah. So kind of to spicing things up a little bit, Jeff, what has been the biggest challenge so far that you faced, like scaling this
yeah,
organization and all that? Like, what is one thing you can kind of tie to something that's been a challenge, and maybe you've worked through it already, or maybe you're still working on it? What do you think?
yeah. I think anybody that tackles what we're doing, there's all kinds of challenges. Unfortunately, people are imperfect, and
Yeah,
and
for
we've got
sure.
200 of them now. I think it's a matter of building a team. I think what's been the biggest challenge for me is when we were smaller, I knew all of our people pretty well. And the challenge for me is giving up the ability to have a relationship. Sadly, we try as hard as we can, but sadly, to have a relationship with over 200 people,
Sure.
really um, building out our support network has, like I said, we've got talented people. So that's been fortunately really easy.
Sure.
But me and really the team that I have, we've never done this before.
Sure.
And
Mhm.
those people that have started the DSO or a group dental practice, they've never done it before either. So there's not a one roadmap that anybody follows to do this.
Right.
And we know what we feel like works for our culture and our team,
Mhm.
but that may not totally work for
Translate. Right.
another group. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think that's been the biggest challenge,
I
just
see.
not knowing what you don't know.
Yeah,
And
Yeah, for
we kind of
sure.
learn by trial and error.
for sure.
So,
Yeah, and that's just the difficulties with scaling any business. Just
right.
as you grow and it's good, but you're also losing that personal touch. So that
That's
being
right.
said, yeah, that being said, is there a specific number or goal? You said y'all are just now opening up y'all 16th practice here soon. Is there a goal number in mind that y'all have, a regional goal that y'all
Yeah.
have, or is it just kind of,
I get
yeah,
that
good.
question. Yeah, I get that question a lot actually. For us it's quality over quantity. We want
Mhm.
to really invest in the practices we have.
For
I
sure.
think we've done a good job of that. We're really critical of how we support the practices, and I know we've got room for improvement there, but we've really been fortunate. Most of the practices that we've owned a while, they've either doubled or tripled in size. So that's a blessing for Life Dental, but also for our dentists and our teams. It's given them more opportunities.
Right.
So for us, it's really not a number. We're currently adding on to Tupelo, we're adding on to Montgomery, um, and we're doing an acquisition or two. So we bank finance the group. We want to be strategic about where we're spending the money,
For
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah,
and we want to support the people that we've made commitments to and do a
yeah.
really good job of that. So to us, it's quality, not quantity. So if we do, our goal we say is to do 4 acquisitions a year, but if we do two, that's fine. If we do three, that's fine. But if we have the opportunity four, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's incredible. And those numbers are, I don't want to just gloss over that. The fact that you just said y'all have had a couple offices double their production, that is
That's huge.
incredible. That's
Thank you. Yeah.
unreal. And just going off of that, what do y'all, I guess, what is pushing them when they get bought by Left Dental? They're doing X amount. What kind of helps drive them from there to that, like you said, 2X amount, and kind of gives y'all the encouragement for you to invest in them and grow their practice even further.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think the core of what we try to acquire is really good people with really good practices already. So
Hmm.
that helps when you have a great selling dentist that's got a really good reputation. They usually attract really good team members and really good patients. Part of it is a testimonial to who we bought. They've laid a good foundation. However, as a single practice owner, some of them in the middle part of their career, some of them in the latter part of their career, it's hard to be a parent, the COO, the CEO, the dentist, um, fixing dental equipment when you need to, a jack of all trades. So I think when we bought those practices, we've done a great job of recruiting other dentists to join the practices when needed.
Hmm.
Those dentists have been outstanding. I would put our group of dentists up against any organization in the country. And then also with our support team, we jokingly call ourselves Team Smile. That they're just talented ladies that have honed their skills over time.
Right.
Most of them at Dr. Huggins' practice, and then some of them have come from practices we've acquired, and we've given them the opportunity to elevate their skill set. So I think it's a combination of all those things. And we got a great marketing team that starts marketing the practices. A lot of older dentists, they didn't do a lot of marketing.
Right.
So you guys and I talked about that at the Mississippi
Hmm.
meeting. So we pour some gas on the fire with marketing, and certainly that helps with new patients. So
I see.
if it were,
Yeah.
it's not one lever you pull. I wish it was. It'd be a lot easier.
Yeah.
It's a lot of little light switches you got to flip.
Hmm.
For
So
sure. So Jeff, with 200 employees, I know at some point you have to encounter a headache. So how do you
yes,
navigate the retention and performance of all the team members? And what is like your driving factor to say, hey, like it's better retain this employee, or hey, it might be better for you to find an opportunity elsewhere?
yeah, I think we've been working on that hard over the last couple of months. It's a tight labor market. I
Sure.
think anybody can tell you, whether a single practice owner or a multi practice owner, it's a tight labor market. And so you've got to really self reflect when you lose somebody. You've got to say, what did I do wrong when I either set the expectation incorrectly when I hired this person, or I didn't provide the right training in order for this person to be successful in their role. So we hired a full time recruiter that she's recruiting office personnel, hygienists, dental assistants. And then we have a young lady who you guys met that works with our dental schools.
Hmm.
I get involved in that a lot, but part of it's coaching, part of it's hiring, not hiring out of not need based hiring because you got an
Hmm.
opening and all of a sudden you feel like you got to fill it real quick.
Yeah.
Right. Just
Um,
Yeah.
desperation hiring.
yeah, so that's part of it. I think the other part of it too is just creating a culture that people want to be around. That's a buzzword in business, but there's so much truth to it that I feel like if it's a rewarding place to work financially,
Sure.
it's a fun place to work, and you're providing a good work life balance for people, you're going to retain people. And a lot of that starts at the practice level. We can affect
Hmm.
that at the team smile level, and we try to, but a lot of that falls on our office managers and our dentists at the individual practices. So
I see.
Hmm.
we just last Friday had our little quarterly break meeting,
Sure.
strategy meeting, and in each practice, we're actually assigning a social chairman for the practice.
Okay.
So we're going to
Nice.
provide them funds where they can do a fun team event after hours.
That's
That's
awesome. Yeah,
awesome.
it is.
Yeah.
And
Keep the morale high, man. That's how you
yeah,
keep the
absolutely.
employees. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
That's awesome.
So it's a combination of a lot of things,
I see.
but culture's big for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Hmm.
So, Jeff, let's say you're a very driven dental student or new grad dentist,
Yes.
and you really want to work at somewhere great like Life Dental. What advice would you give as someone that's kind of been in this business and field for so
Yeah.
long for someone to be quote unquote successful coming out at Life Dental?
Yeah. That's a great question. Fortunately, we were lucky enough to hire two dentists that just joined us from UMC Dental School, just
Nice.
in this class. We have one from UAB and one from UT, all started a couple weeks ago in different practices. But I've seen that I feel like we've done well, and I think still we're working on. We're in the process right now of putting together a training program for our dentists and for office personnel
Nice.
and hygienists and
Hmm.
assistants. We may take it as far, we're noodling around right now. We may take it as far as creating our own training center.
Nice.
Um, so, what I feel like we've done well is provided our dentist a really good place to work with good team members. We have an office manager in every practice, despite the size of the practice. So that takes a lot of the pressure off of a young dentist.
For sure.
They concentrate on being a dentist, and the office manager can concentrate on managing the team. Our systems, our new patient flow has been really good. So we're putting a lot of good patients in the practice. We want our young dentists to be as busy as they want to be, or as busy
Hmm.
as they feel they can be,
Sure.
depending on their. And so I think we've done a nice job of that. We've invested in a lot of technology. We use AI cameras. We use electric handpieces. Most of our practices have cone beams, all of them have scanners. So that helps. I think those are some of the things we can provide. Dr. Huggins has been at this a long time, very productive dentist, very talented dentist,
Right.
very humble. So he wouldn't tell you that. But
Hmm.
we also have several of our other dentists, Dr. Osborne, Dr. Lynch, and Dr. Kreitz, that mentor some of our other younger dentists,
Right.
and Dr. Fincher. So we divide and conquer to help provide a support network for our younger dentists too, which I think is really helpful when you get out of dental school. Obviously,
Yeah, for sure.
not being a dentist, that's hard for me to say,
Yeah.
but I've kind of been on the first row of the bleachers
Yeah.
getting
You've
to
been around
watch.
enough dentists to know.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, you could probably cut a cavity or two for sure.
I
I
don't know
believe
about
in you.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll leave that up
but
to you
when you,
guys.
yeah, when you mention mentorship for these younger dentists, I guess in what aspect are you referring to? Is it like they work at the practice? Is there like a workshop that young dentists at Life Dental can go to learn the skills that they need? If, say, a young dentist, they don't really get taught on implants much.
Right.
Is that something that they can come to your office to help show you the ropes essentially? Or how
Yeah,
does that whole process
yeah,
work?
yeah. I think really even to roll it back from that, really just even what we're talking about in the training program is really starting with communication with patients, how to communicate with patients,
Right.
Hmm.
how to communicate with team members, how to diagnose. Obviously, the core procedures, crowns, bridges, partials, dentures. You guys get some experience with that, but there's also what I've seen are kind of tricks of the trade once you get out of school that you may can do it a little more efficiently or a little differently
Sure.
that we bring some of the younger dentists into Oxford. Mike spends time with them. Fortunately, we've got some other experienced dentists around in different practices that are willing and able to mentor people. So that's nice. We do a lot with Nobel Biocare. They've been a good partner of ours.
Nice. Mm.
We did an implant seminar, a live patient placement last year. We do a CE every
Wow. Yeah.
August. So next Saturday we have a CE in Oxford for all our dentists, and then we have a CE event every January. And they range on various topics. So we've done implants, we've done endo. This one next Saturday is on cosmetic dentistry. The one in January was on treatment planning and acceptance. I think we've done a good job. We want to be able to do a great job.
Right.
And I think the training program that we're in the planning stages of,
Hmm.
hopefully even hopefully getting to the point where we have a true training facility, which is a dream
That'd be sweet.
of
Man,
we're,
that would
we're
be incredible.
we're working on it. Doesn't come cheap, but
I can
we feel
imagine.
like
Wow, I believe it.
the
Man,
investment in it truly pay dividends.
oh, 100%.
For sure.
We're just trying to figure out the details.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, branching from that, say a dentist has all the skills that they need, but they don't have the market for it. So just going off of that, first, kind of what is the marketing to consumers that you or whoever's in charge of that office does to attract patients, to have those patients who come in who need this type of work? And then secondly, just going off of that, whenever you're looking at a potential practice to buy, is that something that y'all are looking for? Just overall marketability and location and things like that?
Yeah, obviously, we want a nice location. We want a nice facility. We're not afraid to buy a facility that has some age on it that we have to reinvest some capital in. But we've been fortunate to find some really nice practices that have a really good foundation. Most of them don't do a whole lot of marketing. So we find it Rob that lead our marketing team. They do a great job. So we put a whole marketing plan together. We've got one cooked for the Tennessee practice next week. So we'll do search engine optimization. Strangely, we'll still do some direct mail. We do a lot of stuff at the practice level. So we do a share a smile program where we give away a prize quarterly, a drawing for somebody that refers a friend or family member. It's kind of like when y'all asked about what kind of has grown these practices. Marketing is one silo all in itself.
Sure.
It's a lot of different levers you got to
Yeah, I
pull,
can imagine.
Yeah.
and all of our practices except Oxford are individually branded, and we do market the dentist. We don't just market the brand. So if a dentist has a skill that they want us to market, whether it's implants or ortho or Botox or whatever,
Sure.
we'll do some um, specific marketing to their skills
Yeah.
to draw certain patients in. So our new patient volume has been incredible.
Awesome.
Hmm.
But people go where they feel like they're getting a good value, and
Hmm.
they're happy, and they're happy to refer their friends and family member. But you do have to ask.
Sure.
So
Yeah. Got to throw that prize in there
yeah,
every
yeah,
quarter to
yeah.
keep
You
them.
do have to ask people. If you get
Yeah.
them a call to action to do that, well, most people, if they've had a good experience, they'll refer you somebody. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
we still get 70 to 80% of our new patients from in office referrals.
that's awesome.
But
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Jeff, you mentioned that Dr. Mike Huggins has been an integral part of this organization. For
mhm.
our audience members to get a better idea of the type of person he is, kind of how would you describe him to somebody that you've never met before, and they ask you like, "Oh, what's Dr. Mike Huggins about? You know, what's his
Yeah,
thing?"
yeah. That's a great. I can't wait to answer that. We're actually fairly different. So I'm a city guy.
Sure.
Live in Birmingham, Alabama. Y'all been around me a little bit. Mike's a country boy.
Sure.
Uh, he wears jeans and boots every day, even when he's practicing.
I've shouted him.
Yeah, I think I've seen him. I think I've seen him in dress pants maybe once. I think it was a wedding. I think he begrudgingly had to put them on.
Sure.
But he's a salt of the earth guy. You couldn't get a more authentic, honest, forthright person. He's got the energy of a golden retriever puppy. He's the first one to work usually
Right.
and the last one to leave. His work ethic sets the pace. In his dentistry, he's learned a lot of skills over his career. He does implants, he does endo, he does straight wire ortho, clear liners. He doesn't take out third molars, but
Right.
out of that, he's got a pretty robust skill set. But it goes back to that he surrounded himself with really good people. The team at Life Dental Oxford um, is they're incredible. It's a 1% practice. It's 13 operatories.
Right.
We'll probably come close to maybe even $6 million this year. It's incredible.
Right.
We've got
Yeah.
two other awesome dentists there, Dr. Rayburn, Dr. Lynch, both UMC grads, and he's just a good leader. He
Yeah.
leads by example, and just an awesome guy. Very fortunate to be around somebody like that on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome. It kind of, I could see it too being like a driving factor to kind of grow the business and
absolutely.
do things of that nature. Jeff, so when you're thinking about acquiring a practice or purchasing a practice or building a practice, how much of the real estate thought is in your mind as much as the business? Are you thinking
Um,
about that or not as much?
yeah, not too terribly much, honestly. That's probably not the answer you were expecting.
Yeah, just
You know,
curious.
yeah, we want to see at least 5 operatories, preferably more, because we've been blessed to be able to grow the practices.
Right.
Um, we like a standalone building. We've got several practices in our standalone building, though. But at least 5 ops, preferably 7, just where we don't have to do what we're doing in Montgomery and Tupelo by spending a bunch of money and time
Yeah.
on. We've already done that in Columbus and in Batesville, and that just takes time and money,
Sure.
which is awesome that they grew like that. But
Yeah.
we own, I guess, maybe a third of the practices, the real estate. We lease a third of them from the landlord, whoever owns the property, and then a third of them we probably rent from the selling dentist. We like to have a first right of refusal to buy the practice if the selling dentist ever wants to sell the real estate. We want to
Sure.
be able to buy it and
Hmm.
control our own destiny. But what's most important to us is having a physical plan or a facility that has enough room for us to grow within it. And we're wanting to buy the goodwill of the practice, mainly the doctor that's selling's reputation,
For sure.
the he's built
Right.
his career and his patients and team.
For
You
sure.
know, I've never understood, and I've seen this in the space. We buy people because we feel like they're doing well and we can help them do better.
Sure.
What I've never really understood is when somebody buys a business and then tries to totally dismantle it.
When it's already
Well,
doing pretty well.
yeah, it's already
Yeah.
doing pretty good. You know why? You
Yeah.
know why?
Change up the whole
Why?
flow.
Yeah, yeah. So we like to hopefully go in with a little bit of a soft touch, and then try to change things in a
Sure.
systematic process where everybody feels good about it.
For sure.
We
Mhm.
certainly try.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we are
It's all
always
you can do.
successful in that, but we certainly try.
For
Yeah.
sure. And kind of,
Yeah.
I guess on the same subject, when you do acquire a practice or purchase, has it been ever really challenging, like getting, I guess, having the patients experience that transition to where it's, I guess, it is slightly different, or you kind of
Yeah.
gotten better at
It,
that streamlining
yeah.
process?
Yeah, it depends. I think there's a couple of core things that if the patients feel that are happening that or the team feels like that's happening,
Sure.
really cause some roadblocks. One is the practice management software. So if they're used to one particular practice management software
Sure.
and you change that initially, that's
I
a
can
challenge.
imagine. I can imagine.
That's a challenge operationally. The second thing is if the selling dentist is we've had it where the selling dentist was there on a Friday and then on Monday all of a sudden there's a different dentist there. The dentist automatic retired
Right.
almost instantly. Well,
Yeah.
that's a real challenge.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of our dentists that we buy are looking to gradually transition,
Sure.
and that makes it a little easier that the team is at least used to having that dentist around
Right.
1 to 2 days. And then third is you certainly can't change people's pay,
For sure.
or benefits. So
Right.
you want to you got to keep them the same. Fortunately, our benefit package is pretty good, so we can usually add to it a little bit.
Sure.
But those are the three obstacles that really you got to think through. We do this Tennessee practice. We do diligence calls once a week with my team and our accounting team, which does an awesome job. We've been doing this for 6 to 8 weeks now, so hopefully, come next Thursday, we hope to know all the at least challenges we might incur. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sweet.
um,
Yeah. That's sweet. Jeff, I got a pretty broad question. I think I might have asked you this already
okay, yeah.
when I last saw you, but what's your 10 to 15, 20-year vision of what Life Dental will be?
Wow.
Kind of
Yeah.
what is
Yeah.
the overall legacy that you want Life
Yeah.
Dental to have just in
Man,
general?
that's a special question. We're having a great time doing what we're doing. We've been really fortunate to be able to continue to attract nice people, to the organization. If you asked me in 2019, I could never dream that in 2025 we'd be doing close to 40 million in revenue with 15 dental
Right.
practices.
Yeah.
Sounds cachet.
It's the truth. Yeah.
Yeah, it's honest. It's the honest to God truth. And so where we go, I don't know. I do know that we'll do it with really good people. We're fortunately in a position now where we're doing really well, and we want to continue to invest in who we got on our team.
For
But
sure.
we also want to attract more and more good people, and we're fortunate now that we're getting a lot of opportunities to have conversations with people that 5 6 years ago didn't even know we existed. That's cool. I would love for us to be talking 10 years from now, and
Sure.
whether we've got 16 practices still or 75 practices. I just hope that we're doing it with people that we really enjoy being around and that they're all for the greater good. That sounds corny,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
we just got a great group of people.
Sure.
Mhm.
That I tell people all the time. I think I told you all this. People try to get me to meet with people a lot of the time, and I do have some semblance of a personal life, not much of one, but people ask me if I'll meet with somebody, and I always ask them, would you like to have dinner with them? And
Yeah.
and if they say to themselves, I'm not really sure if I want to go to dinner with them,
Right.
I'll say, then why would I want to go to
Can't
dinner
be
with
worth
them?
it.
Much less go into a partnership.
Yeah, 100%.
So we just want to we just want to attract people that believe in what we're doing. And because of that, sometimes we move a little slow. We want people to get to know us.
Right.
Um, and
Sure.
so not all the time we can meet somebody's time expectations.
For
So,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
um,
Well,
so
congratulations, Jeff. It sounds like
yeah,
y'all have a really great story, and y'all are building a good culture and have good mission for the business and the practices. As we're wrapping here, we always ask. It's typically a dentist who's on our podcast. Do they have any
yeah,
advice for dental
yeah,
students for their future? You're not a
yeah,
dentist, so I think you would have
yeah.
an interesting take on what advice you'd give dental students that kind of are about to merge or just now starting this 40, 50-year career in dentistry.
Yeah, I would say obviously I'm gonna come at it through a different lens than a dentist, right?
Right.
I think I
Mhm.
maybe play a dentist on TV. That'd be about it. But from my perspective, from the business side of things, I think I would find some dentists that are. I know a ton of dentists personally and professionally,
Sure.
and a lot of them have different skill sets, just like all of us. And some of them are
Mhm.
really good at the business part. And so I think
Mhm.
I would find somebody that's really good at the business part and use them as a mentor.
Sure.
I
Mhm.
think there's a lot of good. We're blessed in Mississippi and in Alabama. There's a lot of great dental CPAs and dental financial planners and dental attorneys that work with contracts.
Right.
I would use them for their expertise too.
Sure.
Mhm.
And they're really good people. I know most of them, and they really want the best for their clients. And I think I would find a group that was willing to invest in me for not just my clinical success, but my my financial success too. Because if you got one without the other, I
Sure.
know a lot of really good, talented clinical dentists that aren't good at business, and unfortunately, they usually don't see that many patients. So clinical skills are almost somewhat wasted, but they really don't see a whole lot of patients, and to me that's a shame.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that would be my words of wisdom.
Yeah.
Just surround yourself with people that are going to elevate you. That's fortunately what I've got a team that challenges me,
Sure.
and I've got two owners, William and Mike, that have poured into me personally and professionally, and it's really helped me grow.
For sure.
So I would tell you guys to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
For sure.
Jeff, we really appreciate having you on. It's been a pleasure. I think that Life Dental, and this is just me talking, the dentist that I go to now is Life Dental. I've shadowed the Oxford office, Life Dental. It is incredible. The atmosphere
thank you.
is awesome. This is not a sponsored
Yeah,
ad. Like, this is
yeah,
coming from the heart. And y'all really do have a great culture. And for those of you listening, when Jeff does talk about culture, like, he means it. Like, all the dentists, all the doctors that we've met from Life Dental, they're just, like you said, good people who you want to have a meal with. And I think that building that culture is so integral for success. And I think you guys are obviously well on your way. And this is
thank
just
you.
the beginning for you all.
Thank you guys so much. I'm
For
very
sure.
grateful. This was my first time, so I hope I didn't disappoint.
No, man, it was great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, hottie toddy, roll tide.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
Hail
go.
State, whatever. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
we
Yeah.
appreciate it,
yeah,
Jeff, and we look forward to maybe a part two in the future.
yeah. That sounds
Yeah,
awesome,
for
guys.
sure.
Thanks for having me.
For sure.
Yeah.